Hi there and welcome to another Blu-ray update. This is going to be a brief one and I'll be back next week with a bigger Arrow video update. This is just going to be 3 movies for today. This finally came in today, Stephen King's It on Blu-ray. I've talked about this movie in a past video and that video has garnered some attention. It's gotten over 3,000 views already, I think. Thank you for checking that video out where I compared the old DVD version of Stephen King's It with the new Blu-ray. This is the exact same Blu-ray that I was talking about. In other words, this is full screen. It has been edited heavily. You can check out everything that's been deleted right up top there. And there are no new bonus features and it has stereo sound. So it's a bit of a letdown. I think they kind of dropped the ball on this. Look, even if it is full screen, which I can accept, I think they should have tried to find some, if it even exists, some kind of master that has the complete version of Stephen King's It. 2 parts with credits, the whole enchilada, so to speak. Maybe try to make a surround sound mix if possible and try to include some new bonus feature, like one retrospective documentary. Jonathan Brandis has, of course, sadly passed away many years ago, but there are still a lot of surviving cast members that it would have been very interesting to hear their opinion on the making of Stephen King's It. So yeah, it's a kind of a mixed bag, but overall it's an upgrade from the DVD at least. And I love this movie, I've talked about that already. If it hadn't been for this movie, I probably never would have been a horror fan. It's really that simple. So, Stephen King's It. And second up today is XMen Apocalypse. I really enjoyed this movie when I watched it in theaters, and I was kind of surprised that other people didn't. Look, I should give a disclaimer here. I'm not a big comic book reader. So straight away people are like, okay, that's why maybe you did enjoy the movie. But I really like this new prequel trilogy a lot. These might actually be my 3 favorite X-Men movies so far. It started with First Class, then we had Days of Future Past, and now X-Men Apocalypse. I think I actually like this one more than Days of Future Past, which is kind of blasphemy, but I'm sort of getting really sick of every X-Men movie being about Wolverine. Like, all the X-Men movies ever are almost always about Wolverine. And this movie has the perfect amount of Wolverine. He's in it for about 3 to 5 minutes. He has a great scene, and then he's out again. Like, we've seen so much Wolverine. Let's use some other characters, please. And this uses some other characters, I'm happy to report. And besides that, you've got this beautiful, I have to say it, beautiful triptych of women in this one. Jennifer Lawrence, of course, Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones, who plays Jean Grey, and Olivia Munn, who plays Psylocke in this movie. Sophie Turner is a fantastic Jean Grey in this movie, in my opinion, and I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with Sophie Turner. What was I saying? No, but I really like the 80s origin story of these characters. I really like seeing Apocalypse gather these 4 horsemen. And it's a 2.5-hour movie, but it's a 2.5-hour movie that isn't bogged down by a lot of needless plot complications. And people say that this movie is boring because there's not a lot happening all the time, but I like that it's not overly thick with a lot of needlessly complicated scenes like Batman vs. Superman or Captain America Civil War. I like this one better than both of those movies when I saw it in theaters. I can be honest, that's the truth. I like this a lot. I think it's highly entertaining. Builds to a very epic, climactic, dramatic finish. I really enjoy the fact that Magneto had a real arc. Really dramatic, really paid off, and you really buy into the fact that he has to sort of become evil again, so to speak. I really like that about this movie. There are just a lot of qualities about this that I genuinely enjoyed. And I'm always shocked and surprised that this didn't get a good rating on Rotten Tomatoes. People didn't like this, and I don't know, people don't really like the Bryan Singer X-Men movies. Maybe that's a generalization, but it's too bad. I really like this one, and it's probably my 2nd favorite X-Men movie so far. So I would highly recommend checking out X-Men Apocalypse. But my favorite to this day is still X-Men First Class. That just lives up to the name, in my opinion. And last but not least, we have a horror anthology. It's the ABCs of Death 2. I'm a big horror fan, of course, and I love these movies. If you're not familiar with the ABCs of Death series, it's a very cool, simple premise. They've gathered 26 directors, horror directors, and they've all been assigned a small budget and a letter of the alphabet, and they get to pick one word each, any word they want, and make a short film out of that, a horror short film, but it has to be related to death or dying. That's the one thing they have to stick to. It has to have something to do with death or dying, so you get this full alphabet, these 26 short films that are completely out there. Wild, crazy, unpredictable, horrific, gory, funny, you name it. These films have it all. If you're a horror fan and you like these irreverent, gory, crazy segments, then you have to check this movie out. And you have to check out the first one too. I think this is even better than the first one. It's just wild. I love the creativity of this. I love the unpredictability. Like, part of the fun of watching this movie is the fact that you don't know which word you're watching. So you're kind of trying to guess the word while you're watching the short. So after the short, you get the name and the letter of the short, which is really, really cool. I just can't say enough good things about this. It has segments that are weak. It has segments that are bad. But most of them are really creative and outlandish. And they're really short too, which is really cool because it forces the directors to be really creative with their time and with their budget, and I love that. I think it's so awesome. It's like a form of new filmmaking for the digital age where everyone's on their smartphone and we have Instagram and Vine and things like that. It's these bite-sized, delightfully crazy horror shorts. So check out the ABCs of Death 2. Can't recommend this highly enough. I love it. Even though every single segment isn't perfect, this sort of cumulative experience of this movie is amazing. Check out the ABCs of Death and the sequel, the ABCs of Death 2. That's all from me in this video. We have the ABCs of Death 2, XMen Apocalypse, highly recommended superhero movie, and the concluding, perhaps, chapter of the prequel trilogy. And of course, Stephen King's It. It has those horrible edits, but it still looks much better than the DVD. Alright, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.